What's up, guys? This is Dave with the Fight Bananas podcast. First, let's thank some of our sponsors. We're talking about Mako Tech mouth guards. Check them out, guys. They're in the Gulf Coast. It's from a dentist, so they know what they're doing to protect fighters' teeth. I'm talking about professional fighters, amateur fighters, and anyone in between. If you just want to train and make sure that your grill stays safe, check out Mako Tech mouth guards. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Also, send tons of love to our guys there at Warhammer Fightwear. Some of the best gear in mixed martial arts. Guys, get that hoodie sweater. I just purchased it. It is clean and it keeps me warm. It keeps us going. Warhammer Fightwear. You can go through their website at warhammerfightwear.com or check them out on Amazon. And last, before we get to the specimen, let's go to Ensto Nutrition. They keep us going day in and day out. The supplements are on par with any supplements in the mixed martial arts game. Check them out on Instagram at TheRealNSteel. Ensto Nutrition. All right, guys, let's go bananas with Jason Soares. All right, guys, on the Fight Bananas hotline, Jason, the Specimen Soares. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Thanks a lot for having me, guys.
Oh, absolutely, brother, man. Yeah, we had you on. Probably it was in the summer. I think it was actually before Titan FC 54. Won that one round 4, right? And then you won another one, Titan FC 56. You're still undefeated. You still are just kept on going, man. First of all, congratulations on a great 2019 to you.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
So I was like, okay, what's next with Jason? I was excited to see maybe a fight announcement coming up soon, and then I see it on social media. I see it on your Instagram. Let's give that a big plug at Specimen Soares. Signing with PFL going into the 2020 tournament for the featherweights. So first of all, congratulations on that. And how did that come to be?
No, thanks a lot. I mean, basically, we wanted to get in. We want to, fight. One of these big promotions, something like that, go after another big belt. And we contacted a bunch of them. We contacted PFL, and Ray saw one of my videos, the highlight videos, and basically called my coach and said, we want to sign him now. And send the contract over, and I signed. Pretty simple. Yeah.
It is amazing. There's so much to go into all these events and fighters flying everywhere and all this stuff, and all that goes into it, the media, the cameras, all that. But kind of at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I want to fight there. Another man wants to fight. You guys want to fight for money. You want to be better than him. It's kind of an easy process at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I love PFL. I love what they're doing. They're the only other organization besides UFC on ESPN. And they're doing big things. I like the tournament format. I love the idea of fighting twice in one night. I always want to do that. And I really think I match up really well with these guys. I think I'll go in there and put in some good work. We're gonna smoke some guys.
Oh, absolutely, brother. So you said a lot there that I want to get into. First and foremost, I absolutely love the tournament in mixed martial arts. It's just there's nothing like it. People in March Madness, no one watches college basketball. It's 2019, right, Jason? No one watches it. But in March Madness, everyone goes crazy. All females, my wife, everyone prints out a bracket to make this tournament into a bigger thing. So when the PFL created, hey, we're going to have a point system, and we're going to have an 8-man tournament, and at the end, a big money prize, a championship on the line. I was like, wow, they got something there. They really do. So first of all, let's just talk about that. Are you as high as I am on their tournament playoff bracket, strategy?
Yeah, I love it. So, I'm in this fighting thing because I like fighting. I like showing the best, and that's what PFL does. Like, it's, the talking and stuff is great, but you got all these guys talking and everything. And but when PFL, you just gotta go out there, win, put on good shows, finish people. You get more points for that and everything. So that I love that kind of system, and I love going out there and just worrying about whooping people's asses and not worrying about cursing and stuff and acting like a fool and all that stuff. I don't really do that. If you guys follow me or anybody that follows me knows I'm pretty just straight up as go in there and fight and try to finish the fight.
Right. It's almost their PFL. They give to the winners and people who even shut the fight down early. You get more points for stopping someone in round 1 than round 2 and all that. Like they reward work that's done inside that cage, not outside.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can't
Exactly.
talk yourself into this $1 million fight. You can't talk yourself into the finals. You got to do the work. So
Exactly,
I
yeah.
think that's right.
Yeah,
up
you
your-
got guys like, you know, and this is disrespect, but I'm not trying to be super mean, but you got guys like Nate Diaz and like haven't won a fight in forever. And they're still and Nick Diaz, who everyone's talking about, who hasn't won a fight since like 2015 or something like that. So it's horrible, and they're still like, you know, up there fighting the who's who. They, like, in my opinion, they have no business fighting top guys. They don't even deserve in the top 10. Like, they're like, and I know that sounds like a hater and stuff like that, but it's just facts. These guys haven't won in 3, 4, 5 years, and they're still up there, you know. And in PFL, you got guys that are legitimately talked about, like Lance Palmer. Why is he talked about? Because the motherfucker doesn't lose. You know, he's been winning.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I had Lance literally on my sheet, so let's talk about him. He won.
No, listen. Lance is gonna get smoked. I'm a really bad matchup for him, and that's not trying to talk shit. Just
Right.
what's gonna happen, and you will see it. I hope I get him first round. Like, I hope I get him May next year. We'll get that situation solved.
Okay, he won 2018. He's, in the finals again for 2019, trying to go back to back. That's a lot of money he's putting away. But
no, he's winning. He's gonna win for sure.
He is?
He's
Okay.
good, yeah.
Yeah. No, Lance is a great fighter. I have much respect for him. But you think for sure he's a bad matchup for you, and then the smoke is coming for him in 2020.
Yeah, you know, it's not me trying to talk smack. There's guys that are probably under the radar more that are probably a better matchup, like, against me, you know, like, to, you know, try to, like, derail me. But Lance is not one of those guys. You know, Lance is a lay and pray, lays on you, tries to take you down, punch you, and that's just not going to work. I just don't see where he's going to beat me.
Right. Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
and I love it. You know, I love, like, that kind of fight, like, hypes me up. You know, and I haven't been really too hyped in any of my fights in my career. It's like, I'm just whatever. I just got to go beat this guy. It's not really like I don't really care about it. But that fight is like, yo, I want that fight. That's a fight I want, like, off the bat.
Oh, absolutely, my man. We're talking, guys, here with Jason Soares, 14-0, undefeated, ex-Titan FC Featherweight Champion. So there's a couple main things I want to stay here with PFL, then a couple kind of back stuff. One, you said May. So and that's kind of, I'm friends with Alex Nicholson. He's been in the heavyweight tournaments, been with PFL for a couple years. He loved the tournament. He loved fighting twice in one night. All what you said. The one thing, and we talked, off stage, was about, he didn't love almost kind of punting the first 5 months of a year. Because you never.
No, yeah. No, I don't like that at all. And honestly, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No worries.
But I don't like it at all. And I wanted to fight at least 4 times this year going 2018, but we signed with PFL. And obviously it doesn't look like I'm fighting for the 4th time. I fought 3 times this year. But one thing Ray did say, and I'm hoping that we can get it done. It's not, I can't guarantee it, but I'm hoping that I get a fight in before then. He's going to try to put me on a card in January, February, one of those cards. And I'm really hoping that. So then I'm looking at hopefully fighting 6 times next year. I'll fight once before the season, twice in the season, twice in one night, and once for the title.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I just, as a fighter, I'm not saying you fight 8 times a year and you fight every month, but to keep, and if you're not fighting in that final, so just say someone like Alex, who just fought on Halloween, didn't go his way, which was very controversial, but hey, didn't go his way. He's got to wait the end of this year and then all the way to May, and he goes, what happened if I'm, training and sparring for 7 months and, something happens and I pull, a hamstring and right before it, you know what I mean? Like April, I can't get out of this fight. You have to fight in that first fight almost. You got to get points. So I think that's one thing they should ticker, like almost they should start it in a February or March. If you
I do agree, and just like every system, like not
right.
Everything's perfect, but yeah, no, that's definitely a chink in the armor of that system, and I like the idea. Like, yeah, we should fight a little bit more spread out, but at the same time, like, play devil's advocate. Now you have like an actual off season. Guys are complaining they want an off season. Now you have 4 or 5 months to go. Take 2 months, go to Thailand, train, have fun, vacation, whatever, and then come back and then get ready for camp. But worst case scenario, you get hurt before the tournament starts. Now you're sort of screwed.
Right, and that's actually a really good point. I've never heard that point, and I love it. And I love this conversation, Jason. We go back and forth a little bit. One thing, to devil's advocate, your devil's advocate, almost all the top, I've talked to some of the highest end UFC champions in the world. I talked to you, you told me you want to fight 4 times a year. You don't want that off season. You don't want to be off for 7 months. I know how much you love to be inside that cage. I know how much you love to get the W's. Like, if I say, hey, Jason, take a 7-month break off, you'd be like, no way. Come on. I got to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. No, but yeah, that's why I'm hoping I get a fight before the thing, because I really, if I don't fight until May, that's a long layoff. I mean, I'm not worried about the ring rust. I would just like to fight. It's hard to be super motivated to train really hard when you don't have a fight coming, but
right.
Has to get done,
Okay, and you brought it up too, and I was one of my notes I was going to ask you about, and kind of was about the Nick and the Nate Diaz and UFC 244 and The Rock and MSG. And, we've been doing this podcast. You're the 101 episode. This is the second time you coming on the show. We appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. It's been blasting in the last month or so, and I'm getting like a ton of, questions and emails and people asking me questions like they were never mixed martial arts fighters. It just seems there's been a swell of new fans in the mixed martial arts, and a lot of people keep on going back to that BMF title and the MSG thing. So I kind of know where you're going with it a little bit, but are you a fan of just, of course, bringing more fans into the mixed martial art game, bringing more money into the game, even though sometimes, you might need a CM Punk or a Tyson Fury or Nick Diaz? Does that angle bother you, or do you see pros and cons to that?
Yeah, as like a martial artist, and as seeing and like as like trying to get the best of the best in there. Of course, it bothers me a little bit because these guys are getting showcased like on top of guys like even Lance. I'll toot his horn. The guy doesn't get any kind of credit, and he'll go in there and smash. Like, he has a million times better record than these guys. But at the same time, it's awesome that we're bringing in new fans. It's still a young sport, and we're bringing new fans, which leads to more money, which leads to all kinds of benefits and all that. So yeah, you can't be a total hater on it, And I'm happy for Nate and George, making all that money and doing stuff. But at the same time, there's a lot of guys that are a million times more deserving, and should be in that spot. Guys that are winning.
Right. Oh, but I agree with that. And to me, just to kind of 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was so pro Conor McGregor. I loved his swag and style, and he was bringing more people. I've been loving mixed martial arts for 15 years now. So Conor was bringing all these fans. But just to be blunt and honest with you, the last 16, 18 months, it's a headache, and the man never fights. If you fight inside the octagon, I can kind of get behind you, or if you have some antics out there. But if you don't fight, if Conor McGregor, it's been since the Habib, and then there was 18 months before that. It's been almost 3 years. It's just I love what's going on inside the octagon. There's shows on ESPN Plus all the time. Titan FC and Island Fights for UFC Fight Pass. You guys are putting on amazing shows. The PFL on ESPN too. You guys are killing it. Like, there's just so much great content and good mixed martial arts. I'm kind of with you about this outside headache of all this commotion that's just takes away a little bit from it.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. It definitely is annoying, especially with Conor. I'm a fan of Conor, like his talking. I like how he's like a very witty kind of guy, but I'm definitely not like a fan of his anymore, especially with his antics and how disrespectful he's been and all that stuff. But he brought people to the sport. He is a showman, and he was winning, which was good. But yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of him punching old people and getting all coked up and all this kind of stuff. That everyone you hear about him doing drugs and all that stuff. It's stupid stuff. There's no reason for him to be there. He should be totally banned.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. This is kind of, I got like 2 or 3 more things for you. I appreciate your time, like always, Jason. One is, let's talk about Titan FC. A hell of a run. 4-0 inside their cage, right? Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah.
And that means you're vacating the Featherweight Championship? That's gone?
Yeah, I'm definitely vacate. I got one of my main training partners, Shaheem Santana. He's dropping down to 45. He'll probably go take that belt. He's super good. He's undefeated.
He's fighting this month or next in December, right?
I'm not sure. I think he might be hurt. So I'm pretty sure he's not. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive he's not fighting on it.
Okay.
But I'm vacating that belt. Let some of these other guys go and take it.
Right. And you guys had no hard feelings. You guys had a great run there in Titan.
No. Let me set that straight. Right, Titan's been 100% amazing to me.
Yes, sir.
They're taking care of me. They got me the fights. Every time I've asked to fight, they put me on the card. I told them I'm signing PFL. Lex called me up, said, "Hey, freaking go win that $1 million." Congratulated me. Everything. Titan's been total class kind of organization, and I recommend them to anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I love watching. They're on UFC Fight Pass. They put on great shows. There's so many great fighters you want. Porta, big fan of. They just have a ton of great talent down there. One question it's coming up, UFC 245, and of course, that Featherweight Championship is on the line, and I love talking to fighters, especially in that same weight class, trying to get their take and seeing something if I don't. Max Holloway, to me, one of the greatest fighters, who cares about weight class, just unbelievable. He's fighting Alexander the Great. What do you think is going to happen in that featherweight title match?
So Alexander's been nothing but a straight stud, and I see him smashing Max.
Really?
Yeah, I see him smashing Max. We haven't seen a chink in his armor. Like when you look at Volkan, I haven't watched a ton of his stuff. But every time I've seen him, he's been flawless. He has good cardio so far that I've seen, great standing, good wrestling, which is a bad thing for Max.
Right.
And we've seen Max's chinks. Like he's a pillow puncher. He has good cardio, can get taken down, whatever. I think he gets beat, but that's my opinion. And I don't know either guy. I just think
right. Yeah, you're calling it. You're seeing it how you see it. That's actually could be a good call. I've been talking to a lot of people about it. They say Max in that weight class, it's been a while since he's lost, and sometimes you just kind of ride that guy out until he does loses. But
yeah, that's another thing too. You keep on betting the guy that's running hot, right. But that guy Alex is running hot too. That guy's a stud.
He is. That's a very good point. My main man, I appreciate your time. Continued success. I got one last question for you. Next year, when and not if, Jason, when you win that $1 million fight, what's the first thing you buy with that money?
No, okay, so I know it sounds like cliche and all that stuff, but I have really not even thought about that. I really I'm just gonna go win that belt, like the belt, like the money's great and everything, but I'm gonna win the belt, and I'll give the money to my mom. I don't care about that, and I do care about money, but at the same time, like number one, you tell me like, you get $1 million or you're gonna go 5-0 next year, win the belt. I'm going 5-0. That's the only thing I care about.
Oh man,
the money's great. It'll go to my mom. I don't
right.
care. I'm a mama's boy. My mom can get a new house, whatever. But I'm winning the belt.
Man, that's dope, Jason. That's awesome. I love hearing that. Man, just big fan here, Fight Bananas. Big fan of yours, Jason. Hopefully continued success, like I said. Can't wait. We can't wait to watch you in PFL on ESPN2. And we'll talk to you in the summer. We'll talk to you right before your first fight there for PFL.
For sure. Thank you so much. I'll keep you guys posted, too. Hopefully I'll be fighting before then.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, we're back. Wow, what a great show. Jason Soares, ex-Titan FC Featherweight Champion. And wow, I just felt like we got a ton of great content there. We got a ton of stuff about how them and Titan FC, you have a great relationship. I love it. I say it always in life, especially in the mixed martial art game, in the fight game. Never, ever burn a bridge. Jason Soares talking about doesn't care about the money, cares about the new challenge, the new title. We talked a lot about Lance Palmer, came up 3, 4, 5 times. So I'm very interested to see when that matchup happens. Will they save it? Will the PFL kind of put that on the back burner, or will they come out hot and saying, boom, the new featherweight stud Jason Soares versus our guy Lance Palmer? Let's see if he wins it. Jason thinks he is. He is definitely the favorite to go back-to-back, put $2 million in the pocket, and move on to 2020. But one thing Jason talked about, and I don't think we gave him enough time here on Fight Bananas, and we will. UFC 245, it's around the corner, and we're getting to it. It's going to be great. It's the 14th, December 14th, Las Vegas, main event by Usman and Covington. But, of course, the co-main event is Max Holloway. Your favorite, my favorite. If you're listening to this show, you probably absolutely love Max Holloway. Right? Okay. Who he's fighting? Alexander the Great. Everyone just thinks it's Amanda, it's Max Holloway, they retain, and then the main event, that is the polar, the big polarizing matchup. That's are you an Usman fan or are you a Colby Covington fan? Alexander the Great. He's being overlooked, overshadowed. No one's talking about him. No one's even saying, does he have a shot? But Jason Soares talked about, not does he have a shot, he thinks he's going to win. Guys, the man is 20-1. The man has won 7 straight times in the UFC octagon. The man he looks like a machine. He's going through people. I'm talking, guys, we're not talking about just prelim fights. We're talking about going through one of the greatest fighters of our lifetime, Jose Aldo. We're talking about going through one of the greatest fighters of that weight class in the history, Chad Mendes. He's been going through studs like Shane Young and Darren Elkins. Alexander is a machine, and he is definitely a problem for Max Holloway. So I don't know. I'm a Max fan, and I thought Max Holloway had this fight in the bag. I liked his length. I liked the stand-up, the jab. He's just going to pop, 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 pop. That's not popcorn popping. That's literally Max Holloway jabbing him. That's true. That's the sound effects right there, guys. Fight Bananas, Big Money, episode 101. Guys, make sure, by the way, you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page, Instagram, Fight Bananas official. Slide in those DMs, ask away. We're going to have one of those Q&A sessions coming up on the real quick. And on Twitter, too, guys. Check it out. I'm at David Van Auken on Twitter. Twitter for Fight Bananas. It's easy. It's Fight Bananas. So I don't know if Jason changed my mind, but he's made me think. He's made me open up about, can Alexander the Great get the job done? Can we see a new featherweight UFC championship crowned December 14th at UFC 245? I'm telling you guys, big ups to Jason Soares, the Specimen. Check them out on PFL, ESPN, coming to your town near you, 2020. Thank you so much for staying with us. Episode 100 with Jillian the Savage Robertson was a smash hit. I know this show will be a smash hit as well. 101 and counting, and we're not stopping. We're not even close. Have a great day. Stay blessed, and always stay bananas.